USA. Distinguished visiting professor of industrial engineering at Tsinghua University, Beijing, honorary professor at Beijing Jiao Tong University, China. Professor Kumar was board member of National Swedish Maintenance Society from 2010 to 2022. Also chairman of the Scientific Council of Swedish National Maintenance Society, that is from 2006 to 2016, and was member of the Scientific Advisory Council of Relinium Invest in Future program of the government of France, that is from 14 to 2018. He was also chairman of the Master and Doctoral Thesis Award Committee, European Federation of National Maintenance Society, Brussels, board member of Swedish and Brazil Cooperation Council, that is CISB, been part of several Swedish government and ministerial level delegations to India, Japan, Pakistan, China, Brazil, Russia, etc. He was also member of the Lula University Management Board, that is from 2019 to 2023. Professor Kumar is one of the editors-in-chief for International Journal of System Assurance Management and area editor Europe for Journal of Quality in Maintenance Engineering. He has published more than 350 papers in international journals and conference proceedings and has co-authored 1 textbook and 7 reference books on maintenance engineering and contributed to World Encyclopedia on Risk Management. He has more than 30 years of experience in research, consulting, and finding solutions to industrial problems directly or indirectly related to reliability and maintenance of engineering systems. He has been responsible for several industrial projects within EU framework program, also been lead researcher for Chinese high-speed trains for CRRC, Chinese State Shipping Corporation projects on intelligent maintenance, Coal India Limited, etc. He was awarded the Nordia Science Foundation Award for significant contribution to science, society, and region. Recipient of Distinguished Alumnus Award of IIT BHU, India, Distinguished Alumni of Mining Department, IIT BHU, Lifetime Achievement Award from Society of Reliability and Safety, Recognition Award from APCOM Council USA. He is an elected member of Royal Swedish Academy of Engineering Science. Now I request him to, the list is actually non-ending, but I had to stop somewhere. So I request Professor Uday Kumar to present his.
Thank you, Colonel Yadav, for long and the introduction. And we have jokes in academia. When your introduction becomes too long, it's time to pack your things and leave the scene. And that's the case in my case also. I'll be leaving soon. And it has been in 35 years in academia, and you start collecting all these small things here and there. I requested Professor Pai to edit it to suit, but I think you because I was on move when I sent it by mobile. Okay, thanks a lot. And thank you, Professor Pai, for giving me opportunity to sharing some of the issues of digital transformation, opportunities and challenges. Just now, Lieutenant Kapoor discussed one challenge. There are no offices. When you see digital world or digital ecosystem is designed to when things are working properly. It's a fantastic, you say. But if something goes wrong, then it has a butterfly effect. You don't know who is responsible, why it came, and it gets escalated with times and all. So really, it's a very interesting topic. And I will be talking about less on opportunities, more on challenges. That will be my focus, because technology every day we are saying, and what is happening in Europe about how to control this digital transformation issues and all. Let me see, my system works or not. It's refused to work now. Can you Just those who doesn't know where is Luleå, but I think most of the people who are here, they know where is Luleå located. It's a far off in the north. It's about 1 hour flight from Stockholm, and it's as you see. This is exactly pictures, the photo taken in December. So you can see must be around 3-4 o'clock in the evening. So you see the lights and all, and still you can see from my window. It's a dark actually outside still. It's a 7 o'clock, 7:15, but it's still dark. 8:30, 9 o'clock, we'll get a diffuse light. When we talk about asset management, first next generation asset management, in Sweden, we talk to twin transition will be brought. And there are two things like digital transformation, everything will become digital, and also green transformation. Digital means like everything we can digitalize, and digitalization will be a part of our day-to-day life as we are seeing every day. And also new things has been added like a climate change adaptation. When you are an asset manager, even if you are manufacturing, you need to think about your supplies, how it will arrive. If it is raining heavily, if it is it's like a storm. So climate change adaptation, especially in the infrastructure projects, infrastructure assets like roads and rails, that's a transportation, that's the hub of the nerve center of society. How to manage these things. So climate change adaptation is now other big issues. How to integrate into your manufacturing, how to integrate into your even any day-to-day life, because transport will be directly and indirectly connected there. A lot of examples I'll be taking from my railway, road, maybe some from construction industries to illustrate what I'm meaning. We all know what it facilitates, manual to autonomous and accelerated innovations. When you have a digital, so when you have digitalization, you have accelerated innovations. Why accelerated? Because you cut short many barriers and all that. I'll have some examples. What is difference between digitalization and digital transformation? We need to know. Digitalization means we do one process. When digital transformation, the whole society, whole process, whole business process is engaged in a way. If I'm talking about digital transformation of maintenance, it means whole maintenance process is digitalized. In classroom, we always take an example. I go to a dentist, and I get some sorts of tools, like I have a brush. When I'm brushing, I get a photo of the configuration of my teeth. Automatically, it goes to my dentist. Dentist looks, says, okay, you're okay. Or he finds there is some hole in the, and I get it. Automatically, I get a time. He checks my calendar from the phone. Everything is digital transformation. And once this is recorded, let's say in Luleå. So all the dental healthcare services have these facilities. Then people know in north of Luleå, there are people who have a lot of holes. Maybe water is not pure. So it creates a different type of ecosystem and management, like a management tools. But if there is no Wi-Fi, nothing will work. So there are some problems and challenges will be coming. So that's a digital. This is one good example from Sweden. Trafikverket 2021. They went on the digital road maintenance and management. What is happening? All the cars, they will be collecting data. It will be sent with your consent. It is being sent to the hub, and the system, the Trafikverket knows where there is a lot of slippery parts of the road, a lot of icy road. So they activate the trucks. I don't know whether you are seeing by the this. Like trucks will be sent, and you can send the trucks. Earlier it was like, okay, this area is going to have snow, so you need like a dusting or sand and all these things you have to do. But not now. Everything is it's working perfectly. So now it has been introduced, and it has saved a lot of resources. Instead of first putting sand on 10 kilometers patch, they are putting only on the 2 kilometers where they are really slippery. And we have a technology called road eye technology. So when any vehicle is passing, all vehicles are not instrumented with that. So that particular part tells you that this patch is, and then through GPS coordinate, they send the trucks and put the sand on that. So things have moved very fast. This is one example. And also when we talk digital transformation, it's like it will facilitate transformed asset management, AI empowered. We'll be talking this one. So this is the one example from the railway, not Swedish, it's a UIC, Union of International Railway, Paris. So they have developed a framework in 2015 and 18, it was adopted by most of the infrastructures managers here. And if you look at the figure, this is the purpose not to go through this one. It's complex, and any asset management framework needs it has to be connected, it has to be transparent, so people can see the other people. If I make changes in one place, other places can get affected. So it will bring the connectivity in this, and only digital transformation can only deliver this successfully implementation, because many infrastructure managers who were from Eastern European countries, they didn't have the fully digital system in their railway, and they had difficulties implementing. So digital transformation is one example. This is another. These are pictures of the Stockholm Metro. And like you have a different type infrastructure assets, rolling stock. So when you optimize separately, it won't work. So through digital transformation, we can get any integrated optimizations. Without that, it's not possible, because information technology and operational technology has to match. And when we get this integrated, then we have a transformed asset management that we are talking. Link, think, and reconfigure. Infra will get connected to vehicles. Infra will get connected to the who are the passengers waiting, or what is the boat is waiting, and then reconfigure itself. This part is not done, but that's the future actually we'll be talking. Yeah, so digital transformation asset management also facilitates peering into the future. What we are doing, we are trying to look into the future, and predicting the future is very difficult if I have not prepared it. So, but it is giving us some data-driven or contextual information-driven tools and all. Also, it facilitates measurements of the assets performance. As a manager, I want how is my assets are performing. So I need to understand return on investment, health, safety. This is one of the very old slides. I used it here nowadays. I'm using to demonstrate that digital transformation will bring transparencies. It will also facilitate knowing the effects clearly, what we call like traceability. So transparencies and traceability, it will facilitate. Like if I invest $1 in competencies of the people, like training the people, how does it is affecting the return on investment? I should be able to, through the aggregation model, I should be able to trace it down. Some impact. If I train the people 10 hours or train them the 100 hours, what impact it has on the return on investment or health, safety, etc. And this is one framework we developed some years ago, but now it has become very current. Actually, we are talking about this again. This is one example. For this is from the Atomic Energy Commission. IANA, we took it, like how to track down the indicators, green, red, yellow, etc. Okay, climate change I talked. This is from last August in Sweden. We had a chaotic scenes. You see the roads on the right-hand picture. This is the road. It's completely gone. And this is the snowing was done also, very heavy snow. So whole transport infrastructure was disturbed. So how does it affect the manufacturing sector? Manufacturing, because it's built on the supply of the raw material. If you don't get, it will disrupt. So transport being the weakest link in many of these things, and that is getting impacted by the climate change. So we have to think, and how new technology will give us opportunity. Those who are following the developments in OpenAI and all, we have what we call Q-Star, AI Q-Star, and that can tell me what is going to be the changes in sea temperature next year. So I will be able to plan my things. I'll be able to plan the maintenance. It will tell us how much rain it is going to tell, expected value. What are the demand, and so it is predicting it only. It's a prediction. So Q-Star coming into pictures now, it will become human intelligence and artificial intelligence will become very near each other. And artificial intelligence, it can go deeper. 2 days ago, there was a news that it can have its own logic. It was in BBC and CNN. The DeepMind at London, the Google company, they found a logic that can reason with even the courtrooms and all. It was till 10 days ago, people say it's impossible. It cannot reason it, but now it can reason it. So there's an enormous opportunity. And how AI can do it? Because we have digitally transformed all the documents, all the logics. what do you call like a chat GPT type, like you have access to all information. We are struggling to develop here chat rail, that if you're an employee of the railway, you can get into and get all the background materials, all the historical data, what happened, history. ChatCon is also being developed in our group. Chat GPT, same chat for construction. All the construction association is going to fund it, so they can log into and find what difficulties people face when they construct during winter time. What are the damages that come after 10 years? Because there will be a lot of moisture in the air and all. A lot of it say we are living in a world where things are changing every day, every hour. We don't know what is going to. So 2 years onwards, there will be nothing. 2015, I said, world will change in 7 years. Into my colleague, we found that everything changed in 3 years. So let's be ready for that. This is a framework we developed. We need to also develop what we call new technology roadmap that will be aligned to the corporate. And some examples like in the past, I've been using this from Ericsson. In the past, things were driven by mechanical and electrical powers, and innovations were done. Now it is being done by digital power, data driven, and you have digital asset management driving factors. You have to have data, and quality of data will have greater impact. So opportunity has come. We can collect a lot of data through our mobile phone. If a train stops, the operator doesn't need to call the maintenance. They know that train is stopped because all the system will stop. All the mobile phones are not moving. If you have the ecosystem, you can know immediately. And they are being used, this one, for knowing if there is a risk, the rescue department can go there. That why it is not moving, everything is clear. Lot of things like a rescue department and disaster management, all this technology is being used. So these are some of the, I'll be touching very quickly, like a data acquisition, analytics, computing, user interface, cybersecurity. These are challenges, cybersecurity and all. These are drones, not rails. Now we introduced 2 years ago these dogs to inspect the infrastructures. Now it is being used many places to inspect even the vehicles, workshops, etc. Then drones, we know we don't need to talk, and digital twins. This is like a mining one example, where after the tunnel collapse, you cannot send the people. You can send the dog. Dog can look into that, and it can study. It can study what is it safe, because you have a LiDAR 360-degree scanning. You can get back all information from 200-300 meters, or even outside the mine if it is underground mine, etc. This is one example. If it works, I don't know whether it works. So this is in Switzerland. They are using now.
Mission is to transport people safely from A to B. Maintenance of a train is there to ensure this safe operation. Periodically,
So see, earlier humans were doing, now dog is doing the same thing. And it can look into the place. If the image is not matching with the original feedback image, it will take deeper pictures, send all the information to the control room. People can take decisions, or AI will help you to take decisions. Now it is taking the pictures and all. Yeah, it will be working 24 hours. Just this is another thing from the mining parts. Like I was telling, the dog will get into that, and this is implemented 3 years ago in LKB mine. So you need to train the dog. It's a dog has gone there to see the collapse I was showing. So, and it is being trained actually. I can see the trainer is here. So they're enormous. This is a plant like this is from the BP in Norway. No, this is Spelio robot from Brazil actually. At least 10 big companies have deployed these robots. And like for inspection of the plants, you cannot send people. It can climb, take the readings. People, one guy is sitting or two in the control room. They are controlling the plant. Earlier used to work 100 people. So it's a lot of saving. These are like in our construction industries. Like these are our PhD students, some they are here. And what we are doing here, so we are going to the construction scaffold. If you are developing and you are scanning, you don't need to be there. You bring every information to the lab and study the progress. So it's a fantastic opportunity we have got. This is like they are deploying the dog here, I can see. This is the top one. These are the students, and these are the people working. NCC company is the world, one of the world largest construction company. India also I have seen they have a lot of. The dog is going and inspecting the site actually, and sending all information to the lab for further develop solution finding and all. So you can. This lab you are trying to integrate. Digital twin, I don't want to say. We all know what is digital twin, and lot has been talked. But one of my colleagues, I think Professor Pai, you were there when he said, you will see the first digital twin of the something. It is Professor Rakesh Misra. And I asked.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And yeah, he made very dramatic. I was there for some chance, only that one. And to be honest, I've been talking about this myself. I have not seen any functional digital twin so far. People go to this digital shadow. One way it's very. So from PLC, you got the if then logic and data was brought. But really two-way communication real time is not working. But I can tell you it's in 1 year it will be functioning many places. Not us. People are working hard to bring control from this digital object to physical object and physical object to digital in real time. So we have an enormous opportunity if we get that. We'll know in real time health. We know how much we can run. What should be the car speed here in this road? Every data will be fed and car will automatically adjust to speed and all. This is one we are doing about the catenary wire here in Luleå, and goal is to develop the digital twin. So we have been able to clean the data through various processing, develop the mathematical models and all. So we get this clean. If you see the last figure, this is from the railway real LiDAR data collection to this one clean. We have been able to do it. And now we know what is the difference between two wire, when it should short circuited, if it is blowing, can they touch each other? Everything is now informed. It has been a major cause for train stoppages in Sweden due to heavy snowing and all, because then it is wet, it will create, you see this part we are trying to optimize. So robot dogs, drones have changed the way we are doing. This is one example, like we are also like a heavy snow. So you want to monitor the infrastructure. So we have developed a AD current system. This is the developed in Luleå. And it is put on the trains now, the whole prototypes with Bombardier and Alstom. And to identify the fastness, the high-speed trains, fastness missing, this is a dangerous thing. So we have been able to train this in our lab. We have outside lab, outside our camp, our office. There is a almost 45 meters long track is there. Everything is there. And we tested all these things there. And it has been very successful. Some recent metaverse. Actually, I have been talking this last. I used this one first time in Montpellier in France. I was giving an opening speech on how technology can change the way railways manage. And this is a slide from there. We have many slides after that. We developed overheads. And we see there is an inspection. If there is something in the road, you can train it. We cannot repair it in metaverse right now. And I don't know. I would not say it is possible or not, because I don't have the insight into that. But you can training, etc. You can do very easily. And see, you can find. So it's like being there, being in the place, being on the right place without being there. It's like an expert is sitting in Australia and I can, through HoloLens, he can see what I am seeing here. And he can tell me, okay, there is a spot here. This is the spot. Maybe there is something. I don't need to go into talk about. Oh, maybe it's there here. So like experts can see these pictures from there and guide me. Okay, this is too big a spot. You cannot run the train here. High-speed train. It will damage the track or it will likelihood of derailment, etc. And when we in the lab, we have this is our lab, you see. It's augmented reality. Lab merged with the virtual. And this was trained using, this is our own lab, which is outside the test rig. We call it 40 meters. On that, we have a trolley, everything, bogies and all. From there, we took it. But I'm trying to show the opportunities and possibilities here. And people first didn't believe, but now more and more people are using for training and inspection. Okay, so metaverse, this is also in the lab. Lot of things we have created now. Similar reading, these are the training lab. Same people. See now you see for the constructions, PhD students are standing there working. Are you seeing the video there also?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
we are able to see it. Thank you.
It's all done by simple mobile phone. Actually, the one which is not in good, it is a mobile phone. We have a high three scanners and all, but you want to test for a common man. If a train operator is going, train stops, he can take his iPhone and take a pictures and connect with the experts and get an advice. If it is a night, he will connect in Australia. Like that, we are trying to develop this. This is like a LiDAR. This is we're trying to scan it so that it can be used in the metaverse for future. So that this is the problems and all. Challenges. This is the I want to talk, but I think I have taken all the half an hour already. Or half an hour or 20 minutes. There are three big challenges here. Technology, governance, and business. Like a data sharing. In India, it's a very easy one. In railway, I will take the example here. Like you are 30 train operators. They are sending trains. Nobody wants to share the data. Even if I collect your data, whether I will be able to share your data to Mr. X or Mr. Y, no. So data provider, data integrator, data processor, and data consumer. That has created a different types of ecosystem. Data privacy, data ownership, and these are the challenges we are facing. So we have three, we classified, and this I classified actually, OECD had a workshop on data-driven infrastructure management, issues and challenges. And we prepared the white paper actually. It was sent to 64, India is a member there, was there, 64 countries. So if you look, it's a free, it's there on LinkedIn, free they shared. So we prepared they gave a 1 week notice and paid almost 5 lakhs rupees for 10-page document. So we prepared the document based on these challenges, how the countries should get ready for that. One was a technology challenge, cybersecurity, domain knowledge, data quality, governance, I'm coming back, and business, trust and security. And safety, security, and sharing, because how safe it is to do it. So technological challenge, we have a lot many, how to integrate different protocols, different type of products and all, how can we integrate them? Because if I'm a train operator, I'm taking different data set protocols and you are having a different data protocol. You don't want to share because you are competing. If I share each other, then you know my weaknesses. I don't want to share. There are a lot of challenges are there. Multi-platform, big data, security and all. Organization is another things. If organization is not ready, like India is a highly appreciated even everywhere for digital payment actually. Nobody thought that India will be the leading country in the world when it comes to digital payment. Earlier, China was there. We used to go and pay by the mobile, WeChat and all. I used to travel frequently to China. I don't need to talk to Chinese. He's talking Chinese, I can hear in English, his voice. China has done it. And now India has gone beyond that everywhere. So these are organizational challenges, system complexity, legacy, etc. AI. Now, digital transformation facilitate new technology, and this to facilitate AI transformation. So AI is a facilitator, barrier spelling, double B is written. So it's a barrier or it's a fear. People are worried. So lack of competence and lack of governance. So biggest, like one example you might have seen on YouTube. This is from YouTube. One guy goes with hundreds of mobile telephone and whole Google Map collapsed. It shows traffic jam in this area. This is a traffic jam area, but there is not a single car you'll see. So Google Map reads your mobile phone and tells that what is the traffic. You know, you get red, yellow and all. So people can cheat you without any difficulties, or they can create a stress on your mind. So you have to be extremely. So this guy goes and see. And the whole track was showing red. That hundreds of cars are there in the shot. So it's a blocked road, but there was not a single car. So these are the challenges we need to address. We need a governance model. Let me see. Okay, to deal with the governance model, AU in December, there's a lot of negotiation for the act between US and European Union, because usually they will define how developments will take place. In June, there was a meeting in Luleå here. US Secretary of Trade was here. Our European Commission, whole commission was in Luleå. And the 3 days they negotiated how the technology should develop. Then European Union has come in December, and 3 things they say: guardrails and guide rails. guardrails, safety for AI. Guide rails, it should not move here and there. Only you are allowed to do this, you will do it. And governance model, that's everyone is talking. You need a governance model and regulatory measures to control this AI. And guarded innovation that is not harmful. It should only increase productivity, efficiency, not harm anyone. So guardrails, guide rails, and key principle of governance are security, transparency, accountability, fairness, and inclusion. So what is guided innovations? We'll look. Let's say this commission is not thinking yet. This has not come, but we predict that this will become other issues. This is only just symbolic. When people are working, the workers, they will be overloaded with information. Collapse, nearly they may collapse or something. How to measure the brain loading, how the brain is getting loaded and all. So that when you are overloaded, like, the air traffic controllers, they don't work more than 2 hours, 3 hours in a stretch because they get overloaded. So too much variation it's called, there is a Peter Warsh model in 1977, he developed called a vitamin models. When you take too much of vitamin A and D, it will harm you. So if you have too much of information, your brain will not function properly. And everything is not connected. If you do a single mistake, it will lead to a catastrophe. So now there is a system, now we are trying a lot more. This measuring how brain gets overloaded under different conditions. Actually, this project is for the Olympic, Swedish Olympic. People are trying to, when you are shooting something, so neurological function, psychological function, and physiology, all three should be aligned. And that's the Swedish, they came second this time. Idea is we have a project with the Swedish Olympic, and they want to become top. They want to hit all the targets, and usually it's the brain overload, because when you come, maybe you are mentally okay and physically, but neurological functions are not properly happening. So that we are trying to develop how to measure the cognitive overloads, and that is going to be important, and that will be part of the governance model. It's not there yet. It is going to be, we predict in a year, not long time, how much you can load a worker and all. So I'm coming to close now. A legacy system. We talk about sustainability. You should not throw old things you should use, but you cannot bring the new things. So legacy system is the biggest enemy of implementation of new technology or digital transformation. Are you hanging with me? It's the biggest enemy. It won't let you do the things properly. That's standardization is still not there. I say different protocols, whichever protocols and all. This is the biggest barrier, this one, standardization. You remember Philip CD and those who are not, many people who are not there, I remember. Philip and Sony they were not agreeing first. When in 86 they agreed, everything became easy. You can buy anyone, use anywhere. Like a bulb is the biggest example, any bulb you buy, any company, you fit it, any socket. They're trying to do it for the car. Now EU, they forced Apple to change the socket, what is called from, what they call it, to the Google. Anyone is doing any telephone should have one. For telephone, for laptop, one standard they introduced from 1st January. It was EU took the rule that you cannot have a different type of, I cannot carry 3 things with me. We need standardizations. Cyber security, we don't need to discuss. Everywhere we hear. Human factors, we talk, brain overloadings and all. Data ownership, who should own the data? That's a big issue. My mobile phone, why I should give it to the government? Then data privacy, why should I share? And data democracy. It's a very contradicting. We want data democracy, everyone should be able to access, maybe government data. And data privacy, not my data. I can use your data, but not mine. So there are a lot of, you need a different type of governance model. What can be shared, what cannot be shared. It is related to security and safety both. Organization culture we talk. Social acceptability governance we discuss. What is happening in 2 examples in Sweden has happened. One area added 2,000 workers for some times ago. They went for automation, then AI 3 years ago, they introduced. What happened? All the workers lost the job, 1,500 workers out of 2,000. This means there'll be no taxes from them. No taxes means You cannot run the schools, hospitals, maintenance. The local government was crying for money. So there is a talk. Bill Gates has taken the initiative, put a tax on the technology tax. I buy a robot and it's on production, not buying. Every unit it is producing, I should pay a tax so that it will compensate the other activities and all. It's a very difficult issue, but people are discussing so that demography is not changing. It's a big. So data driven. So what is digital transformation? Things becoming data driven, and we are trying to deliver. But still, we say like a synthetic data. I didn't touch about that. You have a synthetic data, you create data, but synthetic data are generated by some models, and those models are based on some assumptions. And unfortunately, if someone is a data scientist here, they don't understand the domain where the data has come, what was the situation. And if you don't understand the domain, it will have difficulties. So a lot of problem training in the lab and training in the real field data. It will have a lot of difficulties. So concluding remarks, future development will depend how generative AI is developing. Digital transformation will become it is going to be, whether we like or not, but generative AI will be the defining moments for all of us. Mobility and flexibility, how 6G is developing. It will be developing, but how in 1 year it is developing. Robotics, automation, power of data, ML, deep learning. Like a deep learning has become so and I must say that Google is leading in that through DeepMind company. It has developed many things in last 6 months. At least they have made it public. And we get amazed at how they can move so fast. Cloud and edge computing and social media for machines and systems, for assets. Can we communicate, we send Twitters or X. Now machines will be telling, hey, I'm feeling bad on this road. Other machine, no, I'm feeling good. So do you have problem with your springs? Go visit the workshop. I don't need to be involved. Machine to machine communications will be there. Technology is there. Protocols are there. And infrastructure is there. Both. You need infrastructure. Only thing it is being tested now slowly in some parts and all. So these are some of the things I wanted to talk about, the challenges and also opportunities. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Professor Uday Kumar. I think that was excellent presentation on the opportunities as well as the challenges that we are likely to face with the digital transformation, AI, etc. It's time for some questions, and I think if people allow me, I will go ahead with the questions that I have. So the first one is about the tunnel. Recently in Uttarakhand, we had a major accident, and they used all kinds of technology, but the last mile was actually rat miners who did the job of rescuing the people out. The second is a retired general is also with us here in this talk. Israel had all the technology at the border with Gaza, and they thought technology would do the job for them. Unfortunately, they didn't have any. That's what the major. I think Manoj Naravane, who is a retired general from the Indian Army. So I heard him tell in one of his talks that it was necessary for human intelligence also. We just can't depend just on the artificial intelligence, sensors, and all those kinds of things. The other thing is, I think I'm asking too many questions at the same time.
No. Yeah. So interesting, actually. You are not asking questions, you are giving a lot of titles for thinking also.
Yeah, no, other thing is now AI is going to develop so much that is the human intelligence God-given intelligence. We are creating the AI, but are we going to be dominated by AI? Because all the people who do this, they are intelligent, but I'm talking about the masses. And people who use these systems, they are going to be dominated by AI. Just like a mobile phone now dominates our life. If somebody doesn't have his mobile phone in his hand, he's lost totally. Whereas that was not the case when we were young. I mean, if I wanted to find a route, I would go to the map and then find it. No, it's easier now, but then I think some amount of human intelligence is also necessary. The most important thing that I read last 2-3 days that AI has created job losses or is going to create job losses. So I think you put it very succinctly that 1,500 jobs were lost in Sweden just because a company had implemented AI. So that's what
Yes.
I just wanted to know. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, now I start with the human intelligence. I can tell you, I have a very interesting cartoon. Actually, I should have put it when you said. I remember, the guy is sitting and person is sitting in front of CEO. He says, "Okay, how you will implement the technology AI?" The operation manager says, "Sir, my problem is not the AI, not artificial. My problem is human intelligence. If you don't have human intelligence, they will create problems. So please let us train our people first, and then we can go for technology." So this is enlightenment. Coming to the second part is like we start with the tunnel in Uttarakhand. Actually, I was following it very carefully. And tunnel is one of the area like I'm mining engineers, and I have written papers on tunneling supports, and we are working here in our department how to study. What they missed it like the correct characterization of the rocks and the supports, actually the bolts. The last minute was problem due to the reinforcement was there, and you could not cut through this cutting machines and all. So how you keep the information correctly into the system, so that the people who comes, they will know. And there is not one info. That's type of the rock, type of supports deployed, how they were saved, and how the tunnels are moving. Actually, there is a movement of the tunnel. So you have a digital map. Actually, collapse. Yeah, what we are trying to do with there is a big projects going with Canada, Sweden, and this is benchmarking, and one PhD student and some people. Our lab is involved. We are doing the job, data-driven tunnel management. And any movement in tunnel by 1 centimeter, you will be able to measure it. So informations were not correctly stored. And that's why you have to go for this rat mining people. Finally, the human intelligence or human muscles rescued the people and all. Gaza tunnel, there is a politics there. If Israel wants to take control of Gaza, they can take it. But they don't want to have a control because it's a professor, Lieutenant General Kapoor, it's a military strategy. They don't want to take the Gaza. It will bleed them completely. So they want a limited, get rid of this Hamas and all. That's our analysis. They were knowing, but you said how it failed. There has been a lot of theory that they were sensy. You take it easy, that nobody will come. And you start doing things. And if you do one mistakes, like a MAX, do you remember this? 737 plane MAX 8, I think it was 8.
Indonesia.
Indonesia and Ethiopia, second one.
Yeah.
And one pilot could save it because he detached the computer. Because simulations, they use a lot of synthetic data when they were simulating. And they never thought that one sensor failure, it gives a wrong data. It can give wrong data, everything. It showed that plane is stalling. So you have to bring it down and stabilize again. And then computer starts sending the plane, and new pilots were not knowing what is happening. They could not do anything. But one experienced pilot, he removed the computers from the system. He just detached it completely and saved the plane. And then they took many. So we have many things to learn. And this MAX is always a big issue. This plane is always some problem. Recently, it was again in the news for door blowing up and all. MAX model. And so these are, human intelligence isn't it? Because we create the AI, but AI can become smarter than us. And last week they said, when they say it can reason and it can draw the geometric figures, I think it has come to the equivalent of human intelligence or more than that. I remember I was in Tsinghua. In Tsinghua, I don't know how many people know. Maybe you know Tsinghua University in China. This is the best in Asia, people say. This is the MIT of Asia, not China. And it's 120 years I have been going, sometimes I have been giving lectures. And I came from there, Tsinghua, and their vice chancellor is the president of AI China that time, 1919, just before this corona. So I was in Tsinghua, I met him in the Science Academy meeting here in Sweden. And I asked a specific question in the work benchmarking, when AI will take over humans? And he said it will take 10 years. It is December 2019. He said 10 years. I read a paper last week, paper on news in the China, people accepting that AI will take over or already has taken over in reasoning. And yesterday BBC said that DeepMind has provided that it can do logics and all, everything, reasoning, logical reasoning and all. So they want to use in the courts and room and all. But it will be very interesting to see. So there was a cartoon in the newspaper yesterday, very interesting here, that you should look for job like a fitters, electricians and all, because professor's job can be taken by the AI. So we may lose our jobs. There was that they cannot fit, the AI cannot fit the pipelines and doors and all, physical work. So please enroll for those, not go for the higher education and all. Everyone, this is of course in lighter veins and all. Okay, this was second, Uttarakhand, Israel, and there was one more question, fourth question you asked, I forgot the fourth one. Or you got some?
I think it was about the job losses.
Job losses. Actually, what happens, like I said, 15 in Sundsvall here in Sweden, people, a small community are there. But I personally believe, I always say, actually, with my colleagues, I say job will be created, but in other sectors, because somebody has to produce the machine. Somebody will have to program it. Because now AI is programming also. Maybe I'm wrong, because they are creating better program, people say. So there will be job losses.
Yeah, no, but I'm talking about, say, a country like 1.4 billion people.
India, maybe we'll have more time, actually. Maybe we'll work only 4 hours. We'll have more better quality of life. I don't know. So it's so much fluid. Everything is, nothing is clear, actually. Because this guy whom I talked to, this vice chancellor, he was a product of Sweden, actually. That's why he took the Uppsala University he studied. And he was so confident, he laughed. It was a meeting of 30 people. I was sitting in the commission and Science Academy. There were ministers. And he was so confident it will take at least 10 years. And he said the second sentence, I don't want to think about that day when AI takes over us. It will be full chaos, he said. So job losses will be there. But maybe we have been thinking about automation, we'll lose the job, but people get something else. We'll find something. So I always say, maybe we'll move to some other sector, not in the regular. Maybe all will become controlling the AI infrastructures, wireless infrastructures and all.
Hopefully professors will not be plumbers.
It's a second, actually. There is a, just off the record, 12 years ago, I was in London and Imperial College, and the professor mechanical, he was a Sir McLeod. He said, he went to the news. He was in the TV, actually, BBC local. And he said, I have applied for a job as a pipe fitters. That's the plumbers and pipe fitters. And the reporter was asking, he was an old guy, actually, almost must be 65 like me that time. 12 years. And he says, because I saw the news, I asked a plumber to come to my house and fix the pipelines, and he charges 200 pounds per hour. And I get only 175 pounds. Why should I have worked so many years and all for when he invoice something? Why did I do all these things? So people are commenting, and it's very difficult to get here. The lecturers per hour rate is much lower than the electrician and fitters rate in Sweden. They get more paid than us. And they charge also when they start from home or from the office. So we pay for that also. So they will work half an hour, they will charge you 2 hours. We also get paid 2 hours extra for 1 hour lecture, but they get more in summary. So it will be there.
So questions from any others in the audience?
Or you can give answer to Professor Pai's questions, some of them.
Yeah.
Maybe General Kapoor can give some more his perspective on why Israelis.
General Kapoor, I think
He
he
left.
has some connectivity issues. He joined, but
It's good to integrate top AI. Actually, we are working a lot with this metaverse we are trying to develop here for training and inspection. That will be one sorts of our. Actually, very few people, but we are driving hard on that. Meta company has left metaverse, but they're not for social media, but we pick up for the engineering solutions.
so thank you, Professor Uday Kumar.
Yeah.
Mr. Satish Singwa, I request him to give the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Professor Pai. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, yes, you are.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests and respected dignitaries, good afternoon. On behalf of AMSI, I speak before you with immense gratitude and a heart full of appreciation. Today has been a remarkable day, filled with inspiration, camaraderie, and exchange of valuable ideas. First and foremost, I would like to express our deepest gratitude to our chief speaker, chief guest, Dr. Uday Kumar, Chair Professor and Head Division of Operations and Maintenance Engineering, Luleå University of Technology, Luleå, Sweden, for taking time to share his valuable insights and knowledge with us. Your presentation has not only enlightened us, sir, but has also left an indelible mark on our minds. Thank you. I extend our sincere thanks to all our distinguished guests, Dr. Raghuveer Pai, President AMSI, Lieutenant General Kapoor, Colonel Sunil Yadav, and other senior professionals who have graced this occasion with their presence. Your support and encouragement mean a lot to us, sir, and your participation has added immense value to the success of this event. A special thank you to organizing committee who have worked tirelessly behind the scenes to ensure seamless execution of this event. Your dedication and hard work has been instrumental in making today a resounding success. I would also like to express our appreciation to all the participants and the attendees. Your active involvement and enthusiastic participation have contributed to the vibrancy and success of this gathering. Thank you. A heartfelt thanks to media, our sponsors and partners for this support. Your commitment to this event is invaluable, and we are grateful for the collaborative effort that has been made this event possible. Last but not the least, a big thanks to each and every individual who has played a role, big or small, in making this event a success. Your contributions have not gone unnoticed, and we are truly grateful for your efforts. As we conclude this webinar, let us carry forward the knowledge gained, the connections, including the fears which we have in our minds, and the inspirations received. We look forward to future collaborations and continued success. Thank you once again, and we hope to see you again at our future events and webinars. Have a wonderful afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Satish Singwa, for the vote of thanks on behalf of AMSI. And thank you, Colonel Sunil Yadav, for introducing Professor Uday Kumar. And thank you all for joining us for this very informative session on opportunities and challenges in the digital transformation as related to engineering asset management. Once again, thank you, Professor Uday Kumar, for accepting
Thank you.
our invitation. Yeah, thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you. Bye.
Have a great day. Thank you.
Thanks, Sam. Bye-bye.
Thanks, sir.